Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Cousin
Connection Podcast. Oh, shit. I'm so weird.
Welcome to episode 50.
Hey.
Yay. We made it, guys. We made it. It has been a full year. I know we're kind of like sort of belated one-year anniversary. But this week we're doing a Q&A. You guys have sent in a lot of questions, a lot of them. So thank you so much for those of you who have. And this video is pretty much like for all of our newer followers that don't know us that well. Mm-hmm. You're about to get to know us very well.
Oh, yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I'm gonna keep something secret.
I skimmed through the questions and they were a little juicy. And by the way, we have our favorite special guest, Sukar Nabat, behind
recurring
the
guest or featuring, I guess, what do you say, guest or audience member? Producer.
Great title. I feel like we need to like get a little behind the scenes cam on her.
We tried, but
Sara,
you know.
You're trying it right now.
Exactly.
You're really trying to
We already fought her.
Not happening. Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like, just to talk about the fact that we're at episode 50, like even though we're at episode 50, I feel like we're still like at the beginning, if that makes sense. Yeah. Because we're still kind of trying to find out what our voice is, like what direction to take the podcast and like what topics to kind of cover. Because like sometimes I might think, okay, this would be a good topic to cover, but like it's like something that I'm super interested in, but like it's not something the general public is like. I'm not going to talk about like, I don't know, my favorite anime I'm watching right now or something.
That's a very popular topic.
Yeah, but like you'll start yawning. I should put a yawn account.
Oh my god, we should do a yawn counter.
For every time I bring up something, it's like, okay, it's time to check out.
No, but you know what? Like,
yeah,
just like looking back on the last 50 episodes, I still remember like the first couple where I would be so nervous and Amir would have to give me like a little pep talk before we started recording.
I think it was before the videos.
Yeah, remember we would record in the living room?
Yeah.
Like throwback.
And I would like sweat all over your couch. I don't know what it is. I don't know about what it is about recording, but I literally leave like sweat stains everywhere I sit on this podcast. Like
before we were on camera?
Yeah, like right now my face is already sweating.
I can tell.
It's already sweating. Can you actually get me a tissue?
BRB, guys.
Ew, you're drinking Perrier, Nabat? You like soda water?
Yes, what's wrong with that?
What, like, literally, like, you're just taking, like, the worst part of the soda. Like, the soda is, the best part of it is the taste and the flavor and everything. What? And you're just getting the bubbly, like.
You don't like the carbonated?
Amir is literally the type that'll shake out the gas and Coke.
I hate carbonated water.
Flat.
You're so weird.
No. Like, my what do you call it again? My biggest pet peeve is like when you get it nice and cold and like it's just super like acidic. I don't even know what that feeling is.
Gassy?
Yeah, it's just like super gassy. Like you can't even enjoy the drink because you just want to like burp every 2 seconds.
It's like McDonald's Coke.
Nah, I wouldn't last a second in the 7-Up challenge or whatever they call that. The Sprite challenge.
We should do that.
I'm not doing those. I just told you I wouldn't last it. I'm not doing that.
Exactly, and I want to win.
Nah, you would not last either. What are you talking about?
No, I think I could.
You would not.
Okay, now we would have to actually try it.
You know what? We might just do the Sprite challenge next.
Okay, you know what? I'll break my rule of like not having sugary.
Amir would take 2 sips and give up.
Yeah.
He'll take one. Like,
no. I'm still competitive. I'm still competitive. So I'll probably still try it just for the. When you say why is this like
that'd be you?
No. I'm competitive enough that like I would probably like get into the game, get into my head and be like, no, you got to do this. It doesn't matter how it tastes, what happens. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat you. I can beat you.
Let's do it for TikTok.
I can beat you. Okay, we'll do it.
Okay.
Okay, we're off track. Yeah, let's get to the questions.
All right.
Before people start clicking out. God
like,
damn.
Yeah, boring. Bye.
Exactly.
Okay, so.
Oh yeah, Nabat's gonna be giving us the questions today. We might have to put up a little bubble today because there's no camera. Just saying,
You know what? I think you got so much praise from your last video about the editing that this should be your thing now.
Okay, we'll try.
You should be able to do it in your sleep.
We'll see.
Okay, so I figured we'll start with the questions about getting to know you guys.
Okay.
So the first one says, "How is Amir and Aysha related to Sara? I love you guys." That's what it says.
My initial reaction to that is, are you new here?
listen
answer that
to
one?
episode 26.
Don't be like that.
Is it 26? The one with Aisha? We have a whole podcast with her, with my sister.
To answer the question,
Okay, go ahead.
Aisha and Amir are siblings.
Mm-hmm.
Amir, Aisha, and I are first cousins. They are my first cousins. Amir and I are also boob siblings.
Yeah.
So if you are Muslim, you know what that means. And if you're not, that just means that we were breastfed from the same person, his mom.
Parents were swapping babies.
And that means that he is considered my mahram. So he is like how my brother is to me, he is the same. So that's how we are related.
And do you guys have any other siblings?
No, I wish.
I have a brother. Another
Yeah.
one.
I guess technically Sabri was my brother growing up. Yeah. So that's basically like he filled that spot when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Because
I love how we're literally in the same pose.
oh shit.
Twinning.
Come on, Amber. Calm down.
I just got what you meant.
Speaking of Sabri, he asked, what is your relationship with Sabri like? You keep roasting him. Question mark.
I knew he would ask something. So for those of you that don't know, Sabri is my older brother, Amir's older cousin. He has terrorized us in the past, and I feel like it's only right for us to return the favor. Our relationship is great. I think we roast each other out of love. It's our love language.
But it's probably changed. I feel like your relationships probably changed just like me and Gizman or Aisha did.
Yeah.
Like you grew up a majority of your like young life hating each other and wanting to literally kill each other.
Yep.
And then for some reason, usually it was around like the university age where you guys had a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
Then you're like, you know what? I'm cool with you in small doses.
Yes. That's exactly what it was. Because you know what?
Yeah.
Aisha and my brother Sabri both went to school in Waterloo. They went to the same university.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So there was like a good 4.5 year period where they both weren't here, not at the same time, but like, you know, so that gave my brother and I space to like not hate each other as much. And then when he came back and once we like adjusted to like living in the same house again, we became best friends.
Yeah, you don't realize that it's not that you guys hate each other. You
don't
just
hate
need
each
some
other.
more personal space.
Yeah.
That's all it is, right? You need to have distance from someone to appreciate.
I mean, I feel
good
like
things about that.
I feel like Sabri and I feel like you can agree with me on this.
Yeah.
He always acted like he was like 15 years older than us and like told us what to do.
Well, he
Like,
was
yeah.
like your older brother. What are you talking about?
Like, granted, he did babysit us a lot of the time. Like,
Exactly.
He did take care of us, but like, you not my daddy. You can't tell me what
Well,
to
if you
do.
think about it, like for a few years there, he was by himself. He had nobody until we were there.
That is true.
Yeah,
That
so
is
he's
true.
like, he kind of had to mature a little bit earlier there. It's like you only had parents to talk to. It's like that's where you got a lot of his
He didn't have a childhood.
ideas from. Exactly.
He
Sorry,
was just one of
Sabri.
them.
Okay, so it says, what's the wildest favorite memory of you guys while growing up?
Wildest.
That we remember. Let's not go into like things we don't remember.
Yeah.
Like we could say like, oh, when escaping the house and all that stuff, but like something that you remember.
Throwback to when
From
we
your
escaped.
past.
We ran away from home.
Yeah. But what would
Okay.
you say is the wildest thing that you can remember us doing?
Oh, you know what popped into my head?
What?
Do you remember that one time when Anna used to live near me? And
Yeah.
we drove your small car
Yeah.
from my house to her house, and there's like 7 of us.
Yeah.
That popped into my
That
head.
popped in your head about
Yeah.
we illegally entered the
I
car
don't
with 7 people
know.
instead of 5. Now I feel like there's probably crazier things. Have we gotten in trouble as a group ever? Wasn't there that one time we had a sleepover here, and like we like messed up the house, and we all like went to sleep with the house messed up?
Oh my god! Totally.
And then I think my mom like
she
came
almost
up.
killed us that day.
Like I think I was sleeping, and I woke up, and all I hear is screaming, and I really had to pee. And I was
You
so
escaped?
terrified of getting up because once she sees you with those eyes, like
Yeah.
once you make eye contact, you're done. So I literally held it in and just was shaking in bed, facing the wall,
I did.
being like, "If I'm not gonna make a move, I'm just gonna continue sleeping through this," even though she was screaming at the top of her
Yeah.
lungs.
And by the way, guys, don't think that I was exempt from this.
Yeah, we all got it.
We
man.
all got
we
it.
all got it. I don't know. I don't know if like my
did
my
we
brain tries
do?
to shut out those kind of things, but I don't know if she came into my room eventually and like and got us out of the bed. But I just remember that like vividly, like waking up to screaming.
Yeah.
And then hearing her like screaming about like how the house was dirty. It honestly, I bet you it was like 2 plates in the sink.
No,
I'm just saying.
No.
Did we do something crazy in that?
I feel like it had to have been, because there's no way she would scream at us for 2 plates.
What? You don't know my mom, man.
I do. But like for 2 plates,
Yeah.
she wouldn't wake us up.
Okay, it wasn't 2 plates. Maybe it was like
I'm sure we did
the
something,
pillows were out of place.
something like that.
Yeah.
But that's not the wildest memory. I feel like the wildest memory that we actually have.
Mm-hmm.
Was it you? Was it
We
you
can't
that
hear
he chased with the chicken foot?
Oh, in the house, and I like locked myself in the washroom.
Yeah, and then he was like feeding you French fries.
No, that was because I couldn't get out of the washroom. I think I remember there's like no. Okay, so you know how I don't know if anybody remembers this, but like there are certain doors where instead of having like a lock on them,
just like push it and then
yeah, they have this weird like mechanism where you have to push it and turn it, and then it will lock, and then you have to like turn it a certain way to unlock it.
So annoying.
And I was like a dumb kid at age. I don't know how old I was at that age, but at that time, but I could not figure out how to open the door. So I literally was locked in the washroom for hours.
Yeah.
I did not know how to get out of the washroom. So like, I think that's maybe where that memory comes from, or maybe I'm just misremembering it. But I know that
you went into the bathroom because he was chasing you.
Okay, maybe that, yeah. So it's like 2 things kind of coming out. Was because my childhood, like it's all like a blur at this point. Like I kind of get like glimpses of it here and there, like little flashbacks.
Yeah.
But the context of like why I was doing that, or like what was happening, or what day it was, kind of is lost on me. Because my memory's trash, guys. I've already mentioned that. My memory's like horrible.
Yeah, like I think when I think back to like our childhood,
Or recall,
or just like growing up, most of our memories are like us going to Wonderland, camping, traveling. Like we travel a lot together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think those are just in general, those memories are our most fun memories, I would say.
What do people under or overestimate about you?
Ooh.
Under or overestimate? They overestimate my abilities, like gym and health wise. Like I'm still learning, man. Like I have injuries, like people are like, oh, you probably do all this and that. I'm like, nah, man, I literally have like bad knees, bad shoulders. That's one thing people also mention. And also people used to think I was like really smart academically. I'm like the dumbest kid. I was getting C's in like
you're not dumb.
I wasn't dumb, but like I wasn't really the best academically. But I don't know, there was a time in my life where people thought I was smarter academically than I really was.
No, I think you're smart. I just think that maybe the school system failed you in terms of like the learning stuff, teaching stuff.
Well, I think now that I have a better perspective on it, it wasn't really my inability to learn. It was like the style of learning is very different.
Yep.
Like
because you're actually very smart, mashallah.
I like learning things at my own
credit.
pace. That's all it is.
Yeah, I guess in a school. Okay, I can see why school didn't really work out the best.
Yeah, but originally when I was younger, people were like, oh, you're like probably really good at math or something, that kind of thing. Because I was doing like Kumon at the time. Maybe people had a warped perspective on how Kumon actually worked or something. But yeah, people thought I was smarter than I really was. Academically, just want to say academically. Maybe I was smart, but it's not academically.
I think you were.
And what was it? What that was an over. It was an under thing that people. You can go ahead for the.
For overestimate?
Yeah, I'll think about the other one.
I think they overestimate like. It's about to get really emo. Okay. People overestimate how. I mean, maybe not emo, but like they overestimate how social I am. Like people will say to me like, "Oh my God, you must have an amazing social life. You must be like talking to so many different people." And like, I'm sure you guys are both looking at me like, "Bitch, yes, you do."
Actually, yeah, that's also a thing for me too. People think I'm super extroverted.
I was. Okay.
Yeah.
I was, but I think since the pandemic, I've just like mellowed out a bit, you know, and I still think I'm social to an extent.
Do you think that just comes with age?
Yeah, because I just don't have the energy anymore.
Exactly. That's I was literally gonna say that.
Like I just like don't get me wrong, like I will talk to whoever it is, like I still believe that I'm very friendly. Correct me if I'm wrong. If y'all think no, I'm rude, then tell me. But like there's that assumption about me, that overestimating, like she must be super extroverted, she must be super social. Like not really.
Well, if you think about it, like in our prime for all of us, like I guess like what is that, like 25? 23?
Excuse me, the 20s are the ghetto. We're not in our prime yet.
Okay,
I just told her this today.
I'm just saying our early 20s on what people perceive normally as your primes.
Yeah.
like we were kind of like out there a lot. We were out like late at night.
We were. We lived.
Going out, hanging out together, meeting up with people. There's a lot of like events going on in the summers and stuff, like Kubba, or what else was there going on that had a lot of people coming? Weddings were a big thing.
Yeah.
Like it gave us a lot of reason to be out, and people would see you more at that time, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
and then when people don't see you for a long period of time, the only perspective they have on you is when the last time they saw you, which is
And
when we were all out.
we used to also like host barbecues, so I feel like
Exactly.
you know, hosting is a big responsibility. And like I was randomly watching like Aisha's old vlogs, and there was this one from like 2016, and there were like 20 something people in my house.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking like I could never do that now.
Mm-hmm. And also it's hard to get more people out like that because everybody's older now. They got more responsibilities,
And
right?
people have kids.
Mm-hmm. I feel like we could still make it happen.
Yeah,
But like you mentioned, we just don't have the energy to kind of like do it.
maybe we'll do it this summer. Maybe
That's what we always say.
I
We
know.
always say maybe we'll do it.
this summer will be that summer. What about underestimate for you? Because like I'm trying to think of mine.
Underestimate? I don't know. Like, it's not something that I kind of look out for, right? It's like what people are underestimating about me. Maybe it's because, like, especially when you don't think too highly of yourself. I don't know if that sounds bad. But, like, when you're not, when you have a more humble mindset.
Ooh, I know what
I
mine
guess.
is.
What?
People think that I can't like lift heavy.
What?
I do lift. Okay.
I'm one of those people then.
Yeah. No, because,
I will second this.
What do you mean?
That you can actually lift.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I have never
you
seen
dumb?
you lift a weight in your life.
See, this is a prime
Hey, guys,
example. of
I have been trying to
underestimating.
go to the gym with Sara for years now. I have
don't
not
wanna
been
go
in the
to
gym with
LA
Sara at the same time.
Fitness.
What?
You know,
You
do you
have
have-
you have
do
a
you
good
have
life pass, no?
No.
What pass do you have?
What's our gym called?
Planet Fitness.
See, she doesn't even know what her gym is called, guys. When's the last time you've been there, huh?
I think like last year.
Exactly. And this girl saying, "Oh, she lifts heavy." What are you talking about?
No. But I actually trust me. I can lift my 50-pound suitcase.
Okay, I'm talking. Okay, like I need like clear numbers here. What's your like?
Oh, you
What's
mean
your
like,
deadlift?
Oh, I don't know.
So what's your like idea of lifting heavy? What do you mean like that?
Like, okay, I'm barely 5 foot tall. Okay, y'all know
Yeah.
that. Imagine me lifting a suitcase.
Okay.
You know, like, or even like, you know, like the cases of water at Costco.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like if I'm with my mom or whatever, or even if I'm shopping alone
Mm-hmm.
and I bring it into the house, she'll be like, "Who brought this for you?" I'm like, "What do you mean? I brought it. What do you mean?"
So it's not your lifting, but just your strength overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Maybe I worded it wrong. I
Okay.
just
Yeah.
wanted
When
to
you said
sound
lifting,
cool.
I'm literally picturing you like doing deadlifts
You know
and
what?
like
Let's go
bench
to
press.
the.
in
We
the
should
gym.
all go to the gym together.
I said you could lift because when we are at the gym,
Yeah.
like for a beginner, like I'm going for the small one. She's like,
Okay,
"Let me try
okay.
these heavy."
You know what? Let's do this right now. We'll go to the gym tomorrow. Ah,
I mean,
ah.
You're on
Come-
your
that-
own.
yeah.
Come
I
on,
don't know about
guys,
all that.
come on.
No. Okay.
I
we
got
will-
work.
We will maybe like, you know what, guys? Should we do a video of like Amir training me? That'd be a cool video.
I don't know. Well, but,
Let's do a video like that.
Like that requires us to film in the gym, which
Yeah.
is like
And it's cringe, right?
no, it's not cringe. It's just like I'm super. What do you call it? Self anxious. Yeah.
Self-conscious.
Self-conscious about that kind of
You
stuff.
film yourself at the gym all the time.
Yeah, but that's when I put the camera. That's just to film my lifts, like to see how my form is and everything, right? And I literally have it on the floor. No one can see it.
Yeah, I'll just secretly be like this.
What?
Why can't
Nah,
you just
that's
do
not how
it
you
at
vlog.
home? You have like your
Okay,
own
maybe
home gym.
actually no. When you have a second person with you in the gym, then I feel like and you know that person, then I feel like it's like easier to do that.
Yeah.
Because you can just have the person hold the camera for you and take it, right?
Exactly.
But I wouldn't like talk to a camera in the gym.
No, we can do like the talking in the car or something like right before we
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
and like
we'll
review
do
the
voice
footage.
Yeah.
Would you actually go to? But do you have that free pass thing for Planet Fitness? Because I don't have it for LA. So like, if we were to go to the gym together, would you be able to get me in?
Yeah, can't you just use yours? You just scan it on your phone.
Yeah, I'll
right?
pay
Pretty
like
sure
$5 for the day
pictures are
pass.
on there.
Yeah, who cares?
Honestly, I'll just do like a $5 for the day pass. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna hold her to it. We're having it right now on the podcast.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna
Don't
go
make
to the
me
gym
regret this.
together.
No, but like you have to treat me like a beginner because what you can handle is not the same as what I can handle.
I know. Don't worry. Yeah, you know, I got
No,
you.
because
Don't
one
worry.
time we were
What?
here and Amir was like, "Oh, let me show you how to like." He was like, "Let me train you." I'm literally not joking. My body hurt for like 2 weeks afterwards.
When did this happen?
This was like a couple years ago. That's why we never did it again.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. So that's one thing
You know,
I
it's funny
underestimated
too.
of you, so we'll see.
He also just said that people overestimate how much he knows about working out, and you're like, come work with train me.
No, but I mean, I get it though, because I think when people tell Amir like, come train me, Amir doesn't see, like, Amir knows what works for his body, for him.
Exactly. That's what people overestimate about me.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
they think, like, okay, he has a good physique. He knows what he's doing. Yeah, he knows what he's doing for him.
Yeah.
But to, like, train someone else means that you have to know what works for them. And, like,
That's a better way of wording it. It's that people overestimate my ability to be able to teach others.
I still think you could be a good teacher.
I feel like I could teach people, but not, like, in a personal training kind of way, like not personal training, like an actual coach. Like I couldn't be an actual. I don't think I'm ready to be an actual coach for lifting. That will require like a little bit more research and like the science of it.
Yeah.
At least me personally, like some people, they might know a little bit about the gym, and I've seen this a lot, and then they'll become a personal trainer. You know, no shade to them, but shade to them at the same time. and like I see the people like showing other people how to do workouts. I'm like, you know, do your thing, man. But if I ever wanted to like be a personal trainer, I would really have to like be confident in what I'm doing and teaching others. Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you had to delete all but 3 apps on your phone, which ones are you keeping?
All but 3 apps? This is not including like the preloaded apps, right?
No, I think it includes that.
Like clean sweep.
No.
Let
Let's
me look at my
say
phone.
preload apps are fine, because like then for me it's easy. Like I would say like my bank app. Actually, no.
Bank is not
I wouldn't say that's priority, because I can just go on the website.
WhatsApp. WhatsApp is my lifeline. I know it is for you too. Is it not? Do you use WhatsApp more or what?
If I could delete all my messaging apps so people can't reach me.
Here he goes again.
Yeah, because WhatsApp wasn't the first thing I thought of.
Oh.
Like for me, I thought of my like essentials, like the things I use every day, like Google Maps. I would keep Google Maps, but that's boring. That's why I said like
But
essentials.
you can manage without Google Maps.
Well,
No,
have-
I can't manage
you have-
without Google
you
Maps.
have
Okay,
3.
Google Maps is one of them for sure.
Okay.
For sure for me.
Okay. WhatsApp is for sure one for me.
Yeah.
What do I
Are
use?
any of your social media apps on there? To make that make the top 3?
I don't care about social media.
We have a whole page we have to run.
Oh, sorry. I care about social
Shout
media.
out to Kill Connection Podcast. Follow us on all platforms.
Yeah, but like it's not like okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
But, like-
I'll keep Instagram.
But I hate to be that guy, but I feel like a lot of the apps, like they have website counterparts. So technically, if I just said I could keep Google Maps and like Google Chrome, I could do everything I needed without an app, because you can go on like YouTube on the website.
You trying to find a loophole?
Yeah, like it was just a simple question. What 3 apps?
Okay, 3 apps: Google Maps, YouTube, and
It should be like your most used apps right now.
Google Maps. Okay, let's see what my most. I don't have my cameras up there.
These are my most used apps.
Oh, you have them? You use Snapchat still?
Yeah, I keep my streaks alive.
Really?
That's about it. I've gotten threats before.
I haven't used.
So-
Oh, you just reminded me. Okay, Google Maps, YouTube, and Spotify.
You
I-
keep
I-
YouTube and Spotify? That's a waste of time. That's literally a waste because you can listen to whatever you want on YouTube. Why
It's
would you
not
do
the
that?
same.
No, it's not the
It's not the
same.
same.
Yeah, and also like some of the stuff I listen to is not on there. Like I need my podcast to pass the time. I need something like to listen to, and I need my Google Maps to get around, and I need my YouTube for. Actually, no. Forget YouTube. Let's say, you know what? I'll go with WhatsApp, because I do need at least one messaging app.
Yeah, so I would do
I'm
WhatsApp.
not gonna be that antisocial, guys.
I would do WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to decide between Apple Music or YouTube. I'm not going to do both. I'm going to do YouTube. YouTube, WhatsApp.
But like, don't you? Oh, you don't. You probably don't. Because I just.
Actually, I have YouTube Premium.
Do you have YouTube Premium?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they decided to split it up with my in-laws.
Really? Wait.
You-
So
Shout out to Ali.
Do you get anything out of it?
Yeah.
you can.
Ad-free YouTube.
And can you?
You can,
I heard with
save
it, you
videos.
can also like close your phone and
Yeah.
play at the
Yeah,
same
it's the
time.
best thing ever.
Mm.
You can lock your phone and like listen to whatever you're listening to on YouTube.
I'm gonna have to find a way to get that for free. I'm gonna
just
see it.
sign into my
I feel like
account if you
like
want,
yeah
but-
to say no, but what I was gonna say is that don't you watch YouTube mainly on your computer?
Yeah,
Or
you're
no?
right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
okay, you know what? Scratch YouTube.
yeah.
Scratch
There you
YouTube.
go. There you
So-
go.
so WhatsApp.
Yeah.
You know, I do be checking my email a lot though. No email. I could check that on my computer. WhatsApp, notes. I use notes heavy. Look at this. Ignore that. This is
Really?
progress photos. Look at this. I use it.
Notes.
Yeah, I live off of notes.
But you can make like a dummy message on WhatsApp to like a account that doesn't reply and like just use that as your notes. Could you not?
Yeah, I have my own chat to myself.
How do you do that?
Just save your number in your phone.
You message yourself?
We're finding loopholes here, people.
Yeah, but like that's too much work. I would say, okay,
Yeah.
WhatsApp for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
You guys are thinking way too hard.
I gave my answers. What do you mean I'm thinking too hard?
What was yours again?
Huh?
Oh, Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify,
Okay,
WhatsApp,
I
and
know.
Google Maps.
I know what I'm gonna do. WhatsApp, Amazon.
Amazon? Why? Like, that's literally the worst. Like, we weren't even in that realm. We weren't even thinking in that side.
I saw it on my phone and I realized.
What?
I realized. You know what? I actually only use Amazon on my
On your computer, exactly.
phone.
On your phone?
Yeah.
You're buying stuff on your phone?
Yeah. Have you never TikTok? Oh, TikTok made me buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
You actually buy a lot of stuff like that?
fall. Not anymore. I used to be. I
Yeah.
used to fall for it, but I would say. WhatsApp,
Why are you crying now?
WhatsApp, Amazon,
And what's the third one?
probably Apple Music.
You know what? I'm gonna change one.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna change Google Maps to TikTok.
Oh, how did I forget
I
about TikTok?
literally was like, why are you guys not saying TikTok?
Yeah, no, TikTok. I would change Amazon for TikTok
Yeah,
because I'm addicted to TikTok for sure. I would do TikTok.
Oh, I'm not addicted, but like I really like it.
I really have to use the bathroom. Sorry.
You have to use the washroom?
Yeah, like I'm gonna.
Okay, guys, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay, so this is like a two-parter. It says, you'll be in your 30s this year. How does it feel to have spent about 3 decades? And what are some special plans or goals you have for your 30s?
Damn, you really gotta remind us like that?
I know. That's literally was like, wow, okay.
3 decades. Why you gotta make it sound like that, man? Come on now.
Shit. We've been around for a while.
Yeah, I feel like COVID kind of messed up everything though. Like those last 2 years where you could live in your 20s, it's just stripped from us. Because we went into our 20s at 20. We went into the COVID at what?
27.
28. 27?
We were still 20. We turned 28.
Were we?
During COVID, and then
No.
we also turned 29 during COVID.
Oh shoot! Yeah, so we went into it 27. That's like I see those TikToks every once in a while where people are like, they play some ominous music and it's like COVID starts. They're like 22, and then they come out and they're like 25.
Yeah.
Like what just happened, guys? But this is an extreme version of that. But have you thought about what's coming up in your 30s?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Like what your goals are?
Goals is probably just to be like
Mm-hmm.
make more money,
Yeah, I feel like that's everyone's goal.
make more
these
money,
days.
and like travel more because I'm making more money. That's literally it.
Yeah, no. For me, it was less about the money and more of just traveling.
Well, yeah, no. My goal was to make more money so that I could travel more,
Mhm.
like, and have more. Extravagant trips isn't the word. It's more like, just like be able to do more of what I want and not be on a budget per se. Okay, no, that didn't come out right. I'm gonna be on a budget still, but just expanding my budget. You know, that's that. And I think the last 3 decades has been a lot of growing, a lot of enjoying. Like I feel like the last maybe 5 years of my life, I've learned to like enjoy the moment for what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's definitely. Well, I think COVID, you kind of had no choice but to enjoy the moment.
Barely enjoyed it.
Yeah, because like you're like it can't get any worse than this. Like you just gotta like accept it as it was, and just kind of like okay, at least I'll be grateful for what I have. You know, just wearing the grateful apparel right now.
You know what my life slogan became?
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Especially with all the crazy things that are going on right now.
Yeah.
Like you have, and you almost feel like you have no say and no power into changing it. You're kind of just accepting it and trying to be as positive as you can, even though the situation doesn't seem like it lends itself very well to being that positive.
I mean, I think sometimes it's hard to look on the bright side of things, but like reminding yourself that like just accept things as they are, as they come. You can obviously have goals and like work towards something, but like sometimes stuff happens and you just have to accept it and go on with your life. And trust me, if you kind of develop that mentality, like you're going to be a lot less stressed. Coming from someone who wanted to be in control of literally everything, which is impossible, going with the flow is a lot more easier.
Yeah. And what's your opinion? Like, because the opposite, I feel like, would be like people who are being like the world's ending, like these, like, because it can be hard to think about the future when people are like constantly saying, yo, like it's like 2 years till the world ends, guys. Like, there's no point even trying at this point. Like, I feel like that was like an opposite. That was some other takes that people were going with because of all the crazy things that are happening right now.
I mean, even if you have that mentality of like, oh, you know, the world's ending, then that should motivate you to live each day like it's your last. Because really, we're not really promised tomorrow. So live each day like it's your last. Enjoy it as much as you can. Do what you need to do. If we're speaking about religiously, like make sure you're working your hardest to be the best Muslim that you could be. But aside from religion standpoint, aside from the religious standpoint, like just for day-to-day life, like, you know, do what you can to enjoy this life as much as you can until you can. Yeah.
And just to like finish off the question, like for me personally, I'm just like focusing on the podcast. I'm like, whatever I can do. Cause I feel like this is something that we have full control over.
Yeah.
Like you don't have full control over like the company you work for or anything like that and direction that it can take. But with the podcast, it's fully ours. So like we have control and direction it can take, what we can improve on and what we can change and that kind of thing. So putting full focus onto that is really my goal for the 30s, I guess.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah. Like that was also something, but that was more my goal specifically for the podcast. But it's included in my...
Because I want it to be something long-term. So I'm trying to like figure out ways to make it more fruitful and... lucrative. More lucrative, basically.
What do you appreciate most about your family and your friends?
I think I appreciate... for my family and friends, the fact that like we know how to have a good time, but they're also there during the bad times, you know? Like we already know, like family and friends, it's easier to have good times with them, but like they really show up and show out when you're going through something, and they know if you don't hide it from them. Amir. But you know, good times and bad, they're around.
Yeah. I need more time to think about that question here.
I can answer for you.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we're very fortunate that we were all able to grow up together and we live close. We spent a lot of our big moments together.
True that.
And we're very close because of it. A lot of people have a lot of family that live far and they don't get to see them often, and we get to see each other every week or often. As often as possible.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm really bad at answering like personal questions like that because it requires me to think. Not that it requires me to think. It's like, what do I appreciate?
Yeah,
because it's not a question. Like, is that a question you guys normally ask yourself?
Yeah,
sometimes. Yeah, like sometimes I'll leave here and I'm like, I'm so happy that like, you know, we have this relationship.
Especially when you put into perspective of your life compared to others, you realize how much you're actually fortunate for. Yeah. You don't take it in day to day when you're living, but when you see someone else's struggle, you're like, yo, alhamdulillah for everything. Like the fact that we have this close-knit group, that we all grew up together, our families are close, you know?
Like what you guys are dependable. Like I'm sure if you called me and said, hey, Sara, hey, Nabat, like, can you do this for me? We would be like, yeah, of course. And if I was to call you or you, like, same thing. Like I know you guys would have my back. So
yeah, I guess. Okay, so yeah, then I guess that would be
Not you stealing my answer.
Because like, what else can I say, right? Appreciate the fact that I have a family to
You should appreciate the
Rely
fact
on?
that you have a
Rely on,
cousin to
exactly.
do a cousin connection podcast with.
Exactly.
True.
Yeah. There you go. So yeah, I appreciate that I have like people I can go to, and like, because there are people out there who don't have anyone. Like they might have like their mom and dad. They're an only child. They don't know their extended family too well, or even if they do have, if they even did have extended family, which is a very Western thing. I feel like we kind of brought that here. A lot of immigrants have larger families, so I guess I am appreciative of that.
When do you feel the most fulfilled?
The most fulfilled? Oh, for me is whenever I complete something, like being able to do this podcast on a regular. Whenever I do something like regular, and I feel like I'm doing pretty well at that, and like it's getting good reception, I'm like, you know what, I'm just good with this. It's a good feeling to be able to complete something, put it out there, get feedback, and then like continue to improve on it. That's when I feel fulfillment, like being able to improve on it and work on something that's your own.
Yeah, I can see that. Mine would probably be when I'm helping someone with whatever. It could be advice. It could be like physically helping someone, whatever. Anytime that I've helped someone, made their life easier, whatever the case may be, that's when I feel the most fulfilled.
Yeah, yours is a lot better.
No, yours is no, yours is fine. Like
not that this is a competition, yeah.
I know. Amir's like, I noticed when it's like a harder question, he'll be like, "All right, you answer first."
Yeah.
He's like, let me hear your answer first.
Yeah. It's weird because like I am a very introspective person, but when you ask me the question like straight up, that's why I'm really bad at Q&As. When people ask me the question straight up, my brain is like in so many different places that it's like it just like short circuits. I'm like, give me a couple hours and I'll think about it.
A couple hours.
Let me go and take a shower real quick and I'll think about it.
I think about my life.
Exactly.
I know, right?
What is one of the hardest lessons you've learned, and what is the easiest?
For me, the hardest lesson that I've learned was to let go of the control that I thought I had. Let go and let God. And it wasn't even that hard, actually. Maybe that was the easiest lesson that I learned because, like, for me, like I've said in the previous questions, I guess in my head, like I'll plan how I want certain things to go. And then when it doesn't go that way, like I get hit with like an insane amount of like disappointment, and I can't get over that disappointment because I'm like, oh, it could have went this way. It could have done. Like I should have done this, or I could have done that. But sometimes when you just like let go of the control and just let things play out the way that they're supposed to, that's just life. So I think that was probably the easiest lesson. I'm gonna switch that. That was the easiest one because once I've accepted that, like I've just been chilling ever since. The hardest lesson. You got anything? Trying to steal one from you.
I'm thinking on it right now. Like the hardest lesson, I literally just talked about how it's hard for me to come up with these answers because it's not something that I think about a lot, right? Like being that at least.
I got one.
What?
My hardest lesson, and I'm still in the process of learning it, is learning how to set boundaries because I don't know how to set a single boundary, and I'm still struggling with that.
Facts.
That's my hardest lesson is setting boundaries.
To kind of steal a little bit from that, I guess the hardest lesson I've learned and I'm still learning is the ability to say no, I guess.
Yeah, boundaries.
Facts for you too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of you.
We both in that same boat.
Yeah, like people will ask me to do something or go somewhere, something like that, and like I just immediately feel obligated to say yes because you don't want to like make that person feel bad, or you don't want to create some type of conflict. So you're like, it's just easier to say yes and you personally take the hit and that person gets what they want. But I just need to learn that, sometimes I need to think about myself first.
Yeah.
I choose me. I'm sorry. Anyone get that reference? No? Kendrick Lamar? Come on, guys. New album? No? Okay.
No.
But yeah, that's definitely something that I'm a lesson that I've realized now. What happened? This girl, why are you getting your cough?
The straw is gonna melt.
So you want to drink it now? Okay. What was I saying? But yeah, that was a lesson that I've been able to. What is it? It's a lesson I've been able to
The hardest
identify,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's like just implementing it.
Have you been though?
Not very well. Like I have been implementing it, in that I have been saying no.
Oh, good. That's good.
But it depends on like, I don't know. It's just it's not easy still.
I know. Trust
Like
me.
for some people, for them it's easy to just say no and be like, no,
I'm so
I'm
jealous
sorry, I
of
can't do that
them.
for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I want to get to that. I want to get to that time or that space where
Me
I can
too.
just say no and not feel horrible about it and think about it for the rest of my life.
I feel like when we turn 30, we'll get to that point. Because when you're
Yeah.
30, like you just don't care anymore. You're like,
Honestly,
whatever.
I just want to have kids so I can have that excuse.
Sorry, like my kid.
Yeah,
whatever.
exactly. I feel
They're
like
a
once
newborn and
you
you're
have a
like-
kid, like you have all the excuses.
I just know my brother uses that. Sometimes we laugh
Mhm.
about it. He's like, no, I just use my son.
Exactly.
How dare you? Just kidding.
Okay.
hmm
If there was one trait you could add to your characteristics when being described, what would it be? And if there was one you could remove, like a trait you can remove, what would it be?
A trait. We didn't. Isn't that similar to? Actually, no. That's like a lesson you've learned.
This is like, when someone's talking about you, they'll be like, oh, Amir so this, he's so that. What's a trait that you want them to take away, and what's one that you want to be added?
Does it sound dumb? Like my forgetfulness, or like my
Yeah,
my.
just-
Yeah, I guess my forgetfulness is like a trait that.
Would, like removed.
Yeah, I would remove.
Mm-hmm.
Because like people will ask me to do something, or like I'll make like just to expose myself here again. Like my forgetfulness is so bad. I remember that story about me forgetting my pants at the gym.
Yes.
I literally did it again.
Amir?
I left my pants at the gym. Thankfully, this time I literally was like, you know what? I'm gonna take the hit. I'll be late for work, and I went to the gym in the morning. And at first it wasn't there. I was like, oh, it happened again. I lost my pants. I literally just bought these pants like a couple weeks ago. And then I went to the front desk and they're like, oh, I don't have any pants here. And then she's like, but we have a lost and found on our back. I was like, did you guys have that there the whole time? Like they didn't mention that. So I feel like the last time when the guy said it wasn't there,
They were
like
the
he
lost
meant
and
like
found.
next to him there. He never mentioned the lost and found in the back. I don't know why. But yeah, so it just affects me like, because people rely on you. You can lose trust very easily without intentionally trying to do something that would be distrustful or something.
Like you're trustworthy, you just forget. So
Exactly. Like
you're not reliable is what you're
yeah,
trying to say.
and it's not only for things that people ask me to do. It's just for things that I personally want to do. Like I'll just forget to do them, and that's a trait that I really hate and I'm just trying to work on. But it's hard to do that when you like. How do you work on your forgetfulness? Like you can put things in place.
Eat more almonds.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I have almond milk like every day, so I feel like that's kind of.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that counts. But
Well,
or like,
almond milk is just grinded up almonds, right? And then they sift it through. But yeah, maybe you lose a lot of those nutrients. But like there are things you can do to implement into your daily life, but you have to remember to do those things.
notes.
And when you forget to do the things to implement,
is
so you
why I
don't
told
forget,
you.
it like becomes a vicious cycle.
Notes app or reminders on your phone, like
Well, yeah, I've
anything.
had to do that for like work because it got really bad at work where I would literally forget like a bunch of things.
Okay, what's your all-time favorite TV show? Shout out to Vampire Diaries. That's what a question.
All-time favorite TV show?
Ooh.
Oh, for me, it's Dark is a big one for me. Dark was like such a like mind like freakish show. Like it just messes with your mind. And like it has all the things that I like sci-fi, mystery, and like time travel, and like I don't know. It's just a crazy. It's a German show. Have you guys heard of Dark? I've mentioned it before. I still want you guys to watch it. I feel like if you can get around the fact that like you just have to read subtitles for it, then
I'm cool with that.
yeah, then I feel like you guys would really like it. I have multiple shows that I like Breaking Bad was a big one, but I can't watch I love Breaking Bad, but I can't watch it again because of like just the heart-wrenching stuff that happens in that show and like how just vicious they were to some of the characters in that show. What's another one?
I think
You can think
Grey's Anatomy for me. Like I was like watching it like you know.
that's your all-time
seriously.
favorite show?
Yeah, and then I stopped for like a couple years, and I just started season 16. It's on Netflix, and like I can't stop watching it. So I think I would say like I remember how much I loved it because like it has the comedy, it has like the if you want to cry, like it has all of that in one show.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like you just had an idea.
No, when you mentioned comedy, I was like, The Office. The Office might be
yeah.
dark because like it's one of those. It's a comfort show, right? So you can literally just put it on in the background
Yeah, you're right.
and
Okay,
just
yeah.
play it, and like you don't even have to pay attention all the time. But when you pay attention, because I've watched it already 2 or 3 times, I kind of already know what's going on. So yeah, because I guess I've The Office is like the old school and like my all-time favorite, but like my recent favorites have been like the Dark was a really big one. I know Breaking Bad wasn't recent, but that one was also a good one. I have a lot of shows that I like.
Power.
Power was trash.
Like season 1 to
Power was
6, not
trash.
the new stuff, but like 1 to 6. The way I binge watched that, like until my eyes almost fell out of my head.
Yeah, after it took us like 3 years to
Yeah.
get you to watch it.
It took me a minute, but I was just waiting for all the
I couldn't
episodes
do
to
it.
accumulate.
I couldn't do Power, man.
No, you trust me, Amir.
Nah. It's-
How far did you make it?
The first episode.
Oh my goodness. You cannot judge a show by the first episode.
No,
Yeah,
but
you
like
of all people should know that. Like
What?
you give shows a chance. You just didn't give
no,
Power.
like I literally couldn't make it through the episode. Like I was like, this is boring. Like I just don't like this.
Power?
Yeah.
How did you get through the first season of The Office?
Or
What?
even how did you watch what's that one show you guys like? Game of Thrones. That's boring.
Game of Thrones because like there's like it's like fantasy, right? And like I'm a nerd, so like I'm already inclined to like that kind of stuff.
Okay,
like
but-
I don't like gangster movies. Yeah, like
Oh,
I've
okay,
never
I live
watched.
vicariously through them. That's why I like it.
See, I don't know about. I don't
Did
like
you watch
that.
Prison Break?
Nah, never
What?
watched Prison Break.
Oh my god!
My dad even watched all of Prison Break.
Really?
But yeah,
Oh.
I'm surprised too.
It's
But
random.
like, I think he found it on like Netflix one day, and he was like, he just binge watched it. But yeah, I am not really a fan of like crime movies
Oh.
or like like gangster movies in general. Like I've never watched The Godfather, even though that's like a
Oh.
classic.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
See,
Did you watch Boys in the Hood?
huh?
Boys
Yeah,
in
but I wouldn't consider Boys in the Hood
It's not really gangster.
gangster movie. Like it's not
It's like
about
more
it's
like
not about the
music and-
crime. Yeah. It's more of just like following people within a hood, but like boys in a hood.
It's more about like just the
Yeah,
neighborhood.
exactly.
fine.
So
Like
like I wouldn't
lifestyle.
consider that a gangster movie. Gangster movie I'm talking about like where they're getting into like the drug dealing and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I was gonna suggest another show for you, but you're not gonna watch it if
Come
it's
on.
it's a
There's only
gangster
the
show.
only gangster movie I liked was because it implemented some sci-fi was Looper. Is it Looper or Loop? I can't remember, but
I thought it was lupus. That's a disease,
what?
though.
No, Sara.
What are you
come on
talking
now.
about?
No, but it was a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, sorry, and Bruce Willis.
I know what you're
Do you remember that one where like they're gangsters who can
I don't
travel
know.
time?
I don't know about.
I mean,
Yeah.
just likes the sci-fi.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Sci-fi is like a big part of it. That's why I really like dark and when it comes to like the comedy, like The Office is my kind of comedy. It's like just dry humor. I love those kind of shows. Yeah, those that would be my top shows right there.
Okay.
For you, is only Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, like all
Nothing
the
else?
other ones, like they're just like newer shows that I'm like, oh, I
What?
know, The Hills. The Hills.
Come on now.
Listen, okay,
Sara lived off the
I literally, my life changed that one day in grade 10 when I saw it on MTV.
Yeah.
Like life lessons were learned through that show.
We still quote this.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So this one says, any tips on how to overcome social anxiety? I also suffer from it.
Well, for me, I just avoid any situations.
He has not overcome it.
Yeah, I have not overcome it. I'm sorry. And like, and I've learned to kind of push it back and suppress it and kind of like put up a front.
That don't sound healthy.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you, I haven't dealt with it yet.
Oh.
like that's why I'm really good at acting extroverted. But like in my head, I'm like, how fast can I get out of this situation? I don't want to be here. that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So and sometimes I feel obligated to like be in that social situation to kind of like, I don't know. I because I just feel like it's a right thing to do. I have a very high I have a very high sense of honor, and I am a people pleaser.
Yeah, me too.
Even though it goes against like everything that's going on in my head, I'll still try and make sure everyone's like comfortable and like that, you know, I'm giving them the best of me, best side of me or something, just so everybody's like, you know, being like, Amir, he's a cool guy.
I think some tips would be to like if you're anxious about being in like large social settings, maybe start off small, like, you know, hang out with people that you're comfortable with, or for me it's like if I know that I'm absolutely gonna not be able to handle a situation, I just won't put myself in it, like avoid it, like what Amir said. But like at the same time, I think it's okay to push yourself a little, like not too much. Like,
well, like it's like a muscle.
Yeah, like do it in small doses, and then eventually you'll find that like you actually enjoy being in these social settings. Like I know for me, the first couple times that I went to our like center, like our Islamic center, I was freaking out on the inside, and I would like desperately search for Amir or my mom or like someone that I'm comfortable with, because I was so uncomfortable. And then over time, like I was like, all right, like I can go by myself and I'm chilling. So
yeah,
I think
so like. Yeah, I guess because we were kind of thrust into it. Like if you do have social anxiety, like we just live in a community where you're kind of thrust into the public eye. So we kind of have to deal with it all at once. But if you have the ability to kind of control your situations that you're going to find yourself in, then just, treat it like a muscle. Yeah. Like the more you work on it, the better you'll get at suppressing it in a way.
Suppressing it, overcoming it.
Yeah. That's what I meant to say.
Like take a friend if you want, like if you want to hang out, like I don't know, what do people do people go to parties? Like where do they see people? I don't know. Parties, the mosque, wherever you're going, not school, I don't know. Anyways, I feel like if you have someone that you're comfortable with, don't rely on them too much, but like, you know, knowing that they're there is kind of like a comfort. Like for me, it's like if I see Amir, I'm like, okay, I know that if I'm about to freak out, like I can just run over to him and be like, all right, hey Amir.
Yeah.
How do you know if you're ready to get married?
I don't know.
We don't know because we're not married. But
yeah. They're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah, we're still trying to like, I've gotten used to being alone, so that's what.
That's kind of depressing.
No, that's a thing that I'm comfortable with.
You know what?
You get comfortable being alone.
Being alone does not equate to being lonely.
Exactly.
But like to answer the question, so we're not leaving that person hanging, I think just evaluate what you're looking for in a relationship. And if for you know that you want like a house or whatever, like think of it as, are you ready to transition into that new part of your life or that new stage in life? That's how I would see if you're ready.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess, that's one way of answering it.
And then this one says, how much do looks matter when choosing a spouse?
How much do looks matter? I feel like everyone's lying to them if they say that looks don't matter.
They do matter. I think you have to be attracted to your spouse.
Yeah, looks are a part of it. Maybe the degree of how much it matters is different for everyone. But like, and when you're saying looks, like, are you thinking body type, or are you talking about just the face, or like?
I think overall
face, looks,
body, whatever.
Yeah, because like there's people who might look like the look of a person, not because of like the shape, but because of what it might say about that person. Like there's someone who like there are guys who like super jacked girls, because for them they know that like that means that she like is probably super active and like in the gym all the time, and that's what they're looking for. Or there's some guys who like, I don't know.
One tip I have for digging, you got to make sure you're not bending over like this. You don't want to bend over and lift the ears really hard on your back.
You better edit that out. Do not keep that part in.
Like I mean, what is it? Like they're really good cooks?
I don't know. You know what? I think okay. Where does it rank for you? Like, is it something that's like very, very important, or it's just like, you know, I just have to be attracted to her and that's fine?
Looks. It'll probably be like a 5 out of 10. You know what? No, let's say 7 out of 10.
The girl has to be a 7 out of 10.
No, like how much it scales.
70%.
Yeah, 70%.
30% personality.
Or actually, no.
Damn.
I mean, like,
Shallow ass.
I mean, like 70% out of like just for the looks, and then there's like all the other criterias, right?
Yeah, so out of 100, you're devoting 70% for just looks.
No.
That's what you just said. That's literally what you just said. Is that not what he said?
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying that like looks are like one aspect, so it's like looks, personality.
Yeah,
and, like,
so out of 100, let's say you divide everything up.
oh no, then that would become a smaller pie of it.
Which is?
What? Like, I don't know, like 50%.
You went from 70 to 50.
Is that a smaller part? Just half?
Hey, I'm just saying, guys.
I mean, it's okay to be honest.
Yeah, you got looks are have to be.
Right.
You know, you have to be attracted to this person, guys. Okay, I'm just saying.
Fair enough.
Because like looks, especially as someone who's super active, and I'm saying looks are different for everybody.
What you trying to get at? Super active. What does that have to do with anything?
Huh?
What does that
You
have
gotta
to
be
do?
able to keep up with me. What are you talking about?
Oh.
Yeah,
Be fit.
exactly.
Watch,
So-
now all the gym rats are going to be like, all right, now's my time.
But I don't know. It's different. It's not. You know what? Actually, one thing I did realize is that I'm not attracted to looks per se, even though it is sort of part of looks. Is like I'm attracted to like knowing what you're, having confidence in knowing in what you're doing. If that makes sense.
Just being
Fitness wise. Like you don't have to be, you have to look the most fit person, but if we can go back and forth on like what to do in the gym and like what are good healthy habits and stuff.
Basically, just maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Not even but knowing what you're doing.
So you do want someone who is like an active gym goer. Like it would be nice to have someone like that.
Or someone who
He just
like
wants
if
a
I were to
gym
go to the
buddy.
gym, I wouldn't need to help them.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They'll be able to do what they need to do.
Okay.
He wants someone to go to the gym and then go to your end.
Exactly. Exactly.
We'll meet back here at the end.
Yeah. Or like if I need a spotter, they'll know how to spot me.
I get you.
Especially a bunch of people be like, "You're looking for a guy, man."
Well, no, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Sara.
I'm just kidding.
What is nostalgic to you?
My vacations. I'd be
Vacations?
looking through photos all the time.
I do that too.
In the dead of winter, I'm like, damn, I miss being on the beach.
For me, it's like I'm a nerd, so like video games. Sometimes I'll go back to like old video games.
Oh, okay.
I'm really nostalgic for video games. Like I'll still play like games like Kingdom Hearts or like I don't know, Mario or something. I'll get like an emulator on my computer and I'll just play these old games. Sometimes I'll pull out my PS2 and start playing that.
You still have that?
Yeah, now I just use an emulator on my computer. You guys know what an emulator is, right?
No, Amir. We don't.
Okay, basically it's like you can like act like your computer is that system.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I like play like Need for Speed Underground 2, which is another classic game that I used to play.
loved
You
that
remember that
game.
one?
Yeah.
Riders on the Storm. That song was like stuck in my head.
I remember that game.
And then the Snoop Dogg one, but yeah, just video games and playing that, and also watching. Like I'm really nostalgic, even though it's still kind of going on. I'm really nostalgic for like Marvel, and sometimes even like Lord of the Rings or like Harry Potter. I'm just nostalgic for nerd culture in general. There are times where like I'll even go back and play like old MMOs we used to play. Like I'll be like, I wonder how MapleStory is doing now, and I'll like pull up MapleStory, or I'll like Google what Habbo Hotel is doing. So it's all related to like video games and that kind of thing. I just get super nostalgic for them, and I'll go back and play them.
If you had all the money in the world that you needed, what would you be doing today?
I would retire and travel.
Yeah, I would probably spend a lot of time in like Ethiopia for sure.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, because I feel like if you have money, why not go back and like improve? I would like try and improve the city.
Good luck with that one.
I would like build up the center, the Islamic center that we go to.
Yeah.
Like things that like I know you can make a change and see the change happen almost immediately.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when we went to Ethiopia or specifically Harar, we could see all the things I needed improvement. So I'd make sure I'm a big part of that. Just things that I know I can help my community with, I would just immediately be doing that. Like I know that I'd be spending a lot more time in Ethiopia for sure. And then of course, like traveling, going to like places like Japan or places I've always wanted to go to. Yeah, so traveling and going to Ethiopia were big things. I know they sound kind of boring, especially with all the money in the world. People would think like buy a big house. But
No.
some people don't care about those kind of things,
Yeah.
right? Like you were talking about earlier, like fulfillment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess that would be a big thing because I was kind of thinking personally for fulfillment, like making myself do something I can do to make myself feel fulfilled. But like another way I feel fulfilled. Why is that so hard to say? is by helping others, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
And if I know I can make that change, I'll just do that.
I thought of that, but I didn't want to sound like here she goes again.
What?
So I was gonna say like
that?
donate,
Okay.
but like I was like, okay, travel. Like,
Yeah, but like donating, sometimes I feel like donating, I don't see the change right away because you're such a small part of it. But when you have all the money in the world, you can be like, there'll be no need for donations anymore.
No, I'd be like,
You have the
fund
control.
this. Like I'm gonna fund it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call it donating anymore. It's like now it's a project that you're working on, right?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, even though technically it is, but like you can make that with the right intention
Yeah.
and to gain the reward from it.
Yeah.
But
I agree. I would do that too.
yeah, just like it's like the things that all your community, the things that your community is struggling with now is like are gone.
What are some topics that you have difficulty addressing on the podcast?
Ooh.
Haven't we kind of addressed everything already?
I feel like, to be honest with you,
Mm-hmm.
although we kind of get deep, I feel like we get fake deep on here. Like we never really go into like, you know, even if we speak on mental health, we always kind of just barely touch the surface level. Or when it comes to relationships or breakups, I know people have requested those topics. We also kind of remain on the surface level. Like we kind of speak on our own experiences, but never in depth. I guess just because we're speaking on what we're comfortable speaking on. But yeah, that's what I would say is like the hardest thing for me is like speaking on mental health or relationships.
Well,
or,
there are certain things like you can talk about it, but I feel like there are certain things you should kind of keep personal because like if you give away everything and you have nothing for yourself to keep for yourself, then like I don't know, maybe it just loses its value, or like I don't know, not that it loses value, but like I just feel like there are certain things you can go there's only so deep you can go until like you're kind of revealing a little bit too much.
No, I agree, but I still think there's like strength and vulnerability, right? Like if you're able to kind of take a little bit of a deep dive into a specific topic, there's always going to be someone out there that might have needed to they might have, is that the right way to say it? They might have wanted, like they would have needed to hear that. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Or just not like see someone else is going through the same thing.
Yeah, like I think we underestimate how much of a reach we have or how much influence we might have through this this channel. So, you know, maybe we can push ourselves a little bit more to be
more open.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I am a very reserved person to begin with. Like I'm surprised all the stuff we talked about on the first
yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
set of podcasts, like before we even started filming them. Because even like with my own family, I'm super reserved on what I talk about. So revealing, maybe it's easier to reveal it on a podcast because like you feel like.
But even with me,
more
like
open
you don't
to talk
tell
about
me
things.
stuff all. Like sometimes I'm sitting here and Amir's talking. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I have to
see,
act like I knew. I'm like, oh my god.
no, I feel like it's different. Like because it's funny because there was a video I saw the other day. Where I don't know, suggested video. It was on like the Cousin Connection pod page. I don't know. We get a lot of Muslim videos on those.
Yeah.
But there was one guy who was revealing like some crazy stuff that happened to him in his childhood in Pakistan, and like he said that he doesn't know why he's doing this, why he's revealing this. He just felt like he needed to relieve it. He never told his family for his whole life. He never told like friends. He never told anyone this, but he was willing to put it out there on YouTube. And I feel like there's something about putting something out on YouTube, like it just feels like a release. It's like you're more willing to kind of give out that information or release that what you've been holding on to online because like I don't know, maybe because you feel like the audience will be more on your side. You feel like once it's out there, like I don't know, I need to kind of figure out why people feel like they can reveal more online than to their own family members.
because it's when you're I think it's easier to open up to a stranger than it is to like someone that you know. Because maybe you fear the judgment, or you feel like they'll look at you differently because they already know you, right?
Yeah.
But if it's a stranger, that stranger, whoever's watching us, might not know us in our personal lives, so they have no preconceived notions of us. They'll just listen to your story. They're like, "Oh, okay, cool story, bro," and then move on with their life.
Yeah, so we'll work on it.
What's your favorite episode so far and why?
Last week was a good one. I don't know why. Last week was a good one. Just because of like how animated we got. I think you only yawned like once. So that was a good sign.
Because I'm here.
What is the favorite episode that you didn't?
I think one that we've recorded.
Do you even know how to? Okay, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
Like, can you even be able to like decipher which episode is which? I can't.
I have.
Or just find a topic that you really enjoy.
Okay, go ahead.
I have like favorite one that we've just recorded. Then I have like favorite one that like we've edited, or he's edited, like those types. So like my favorite one that we've recorded, I think I have two. One of them is the men's mental health episode, and the other one is the one that we did with Hassan about the heredity culture, the weddings and stuff.
Yeah,
I like those are my top two favorites. But then the one that I like, I still go back and I'm a loser. Okay, I watch our podcast. Has to be the one where we spoke about Patrick Star.
Oh, okay, yeah, that one was good. Okay, yeah, that one was good. That was a really good podcast.
If you guys haven't seen that episode, I can't remember which one it is. I'll link it up here so you can click on it after this video. But the editing on that, I know that the video part of it, like the video part cut out, but Amir killed it with the edits. Like
that has to be my favorite podcast just because of how much time I put into making that edit. Like I have no choice. I have to choose that one.
I think last week's edits were really good too. I just have to say, like, your edits, you've been killing it like since day one, but like
it'll get better. Yeah.
It's interesting to see how your skills have developed over time. So
Cause I'm always Googling, man. I'm always trying to figure out how to do things. Yeah. Like you guys saw me when I was making the GIF or the GIF last week. What do you call it? GIF? I say GIF.
Yeah.
Whenever I was making the GIF yesterday, like I literally did not know how to do it. Yeah. And then 10 minutes later, I made a GIF in front of you guys.
Like, right. He's like, look, guys, we watched him figure it out. And I was like, wow.
Yeah. And I can never use that picture again. Like,
I wonder what picture I'm going to use this week. Maybe I'll use the same one. Why not? Yeah, I don't want to make another GIF. I'm gonna make your mouth move a little bit better though. I feel like it was too like robotic. I'm gonna make it like more natural. Like I literally was Googling like technology for like how to follow a waveform with a mouth so your mouth would move exactly with it.
That'd be sick.
I'm sure there's something out there. That's the one thing I would love that the podcast gives me ability to do. That's maybe why I feel so much fulfillment from it, because I love learning. Like,
do you feel like it's like a creative outlet for you? Like you get to literally learn and then apply what you learned right away.
Exactly. That's what it is. So that's why I get so much fulfillment. Why is that word so hard for me to say? That's why I feel like I have so much fulfillment from it, is because like I get to learn something and apply it immediately and like see it work. So, and it's like, it's just like what do you call it again? It feeds into that my need to continue learning. And like when you have a new challenge and you learn how to like overcome that challenge, it's like the dopamine in my brain just goes off.
Yeah, before this podcast, Amir loved to like just be like, I just want to learn something new, and he would just like find some random topic and just learn everything about it.
I get obsessed with things. So like now that I have like something that I can obsess over and like at least there's some gain from it, then like it gives me that excuse to be able to just obsess over something. Because there were sometimes like I'm not doing any type of programming in any way, but there was a time in my life where I was obsessed with like learning how to program. So I learned how to like program in Python and like in like Visual Studio, that's a visual thing, but like Visual Studio, C++, all these different languages. And then once I didn't have anywhere to apply it, like unless I had a project, I didn't have a project in mind, so I kind of just dropped it. But now, and then like it's moved on to this podcast, and like it gives me something to kind of obsess over.
Do you think it's important to invest in platonic relationships with friends? For example, go on dates, invest in each other, communicate effectively, call each other out, basically like a relationship but platonic.
Yeah, I think it is important.
Maybe it's important, but like I don't got time for that.
No, I mean, I think you need to, if you want to maintain like a healthy friendship, you have to put in the work, just as you do with a relationship, like a romantic relationship. You still have to put in the work for your platonic friendships.
Yeah, that's maybe why. Like when maybe to answer my question earlier is like, when will you know when you're ready to get married? It's like right now I don't know. I just don't have any energy to put I don't have the ability to put my energy into someone else yet. Like I'm just like so selfish right now.
I feel that.
You feel that, right?
I'm
just like completely selfish right now.
It's literally my me year.
Because I did have like a part of my younger life where I did feel like, I don't know, maybe I just felt obligated. So I was like trying to look for someone to get married to and all that kind of stuff. And then like, I don't know, just things weren't working out. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on me. And I kind of just went into, not hiding, but I just kind of just like did my own thing.
Yeah.
And I've been doing my own thing. And people are at this point like, you've been doing your thing for a while now.
I think it's good
like,
to do your own thing, but just don't get too comfortable.
That's the thing. I got comfortable. So, and like now I don't even know how people have the time, like with the stuff that I'm doing, like how do I'm always thinking like, how do people even have the time for a whole relationship on top of this?
They make sacrifices.
Yeah, man, but I don't know.
You got to make the time for it. Just like you want this podcast. Invest all this time if you want a relationship.
There's a saying, Amir, that the girls say, and you know what it is?
Yeah.
If he wanted to, he would.
If he wanted to, he would. 1,000%.
So maybe that's what I need to. I just need to pull the Band-Aid and just like maybe just jump into it and be like.
There's actually a question that I want to answer. I remembered it. That reminded
me.
One of them said, whatever happened to the episode with Amir, like Amir signing up Amir for Minder or Muzmatch, whatever.
I don't know about that. Why'd they have to remind her of that? Come on now.
Someone asked it. I remember seeing that and I laughed and I was like, oh my God, I'm going to bring this up.
But like,
remember we did say though that we were going to do it.
But the reason it wouldn't work with me is because first off, because like I would be way too nervous to do anything like that. Second off,
I would do it for you. Huh? Like I would just take photos of you and I'll say like, this is Amir's cousin.
Sara, that's so cringe.
How is that cringe?
And also, like, I'm really bad with texting and messaging people in general.
No, but you could do like a quick little like, let's go for coffee, quick little chat, and then if you vibe with them, you vibe, and if not, then it is what it is.
I don't think that would work for Amir.
What? Why not? Okay, Amir.
Also, I need to like usually it would the only way it works is if I know someone who knows them mutually. And
okay, so what if I date them for you? So I get them. I'll go out with the girls. I'll be like, all right, so tell me about yourself. Sell yourself to, not like that, but like, you know, give me like, why would you fit with Amir? And I think this kind of brings me to another topic. Okay, I'm going to segue for a sec. Because not to put anybody on the spot, but, you know, sometimes people come to me because I guess I'm the most closest to you, the closest avenue to you.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, either they want to set themselves up with you or they want to set someone else up with you.
Yeah.
And they'll ask me and I'm like, because I know.
Your first question should be like, has he ever met this person?
No, but the thing is you're not always going to know every single person.
Yeah.
And I know from experience, if I ever suggest someone to Amir, he's going to say no instantly. So it makes it difficult because like sometimes there could be a really great person, but if you say no, you're missing out on that opportunity.
Yeah.
So what's your like, tell us as the viewers, how can we get
Everyone
someone
is writing notes right
like
now.
I don't know.
No, but like if there is someone who they've gotten to know you maybe from afar, like they watch the episodes or they know you through someone, and maybe they were like, you know, Bob suggested to Sandra like, hey, Amir would be a great person for you. How can they approach, you know, because sliding in the DMs is a lost cause. Amir's not going to see your DMs. Just don't do it. Don't slide into it. And sliding into my DMs, like I'll see it. But I'm trying to get y'all access to him. You know? We're trying to figure it out together. So like how can they, you know, do you want us to like, because I can only do so much, okay? I can only plan these random outings with random girls with you, you know? And I'm like, hey, Amir, this is my friend. And you're like, all right, hey, you see them that one time.
Yeah.
And it's like, we hope and pray that you vibe with them. And if not, then you'll never see them again.
Yeah, I think that would be the only way it would work. If it's like, if I was not aware of it.
Yeah.
And I was just in an outing, and then you tried to pull out something sly like that and never let me know, maybe it would work like that.
Are you serious? That's how I can get
that's
to
the
like...
only way you would make it work.
Now he's going to be suspicious of every
exactly.
person
Now that
comes out.
you exposed the game, so like, I'm going to be aware of it now.
You'd be surprised how many times I've done that. Just kidding. But like...
Nah, there's no way. You've never done that before, have you? No, there's no way. There's no way.
The silence is loud.
Sara?
No, I haven't done that, but I was thinking of doing it. This is like, I feel like the most burning question. Like,
No,
how
that would be the only way that it would probably work.
to just meet organically.
Exactly. Because like since I'm a very anxious person, there are a lot of variables that are in my brain that are going off. And usually it's easier to see how a person interacts with other people. And then that's kind of like
in a setting where you're comfortable.
Exactly.
Like if you see that girl interacting with like all of us and you're like, you know, she meshes well with the crew. So
exactly.
like, I'm going to talk to that's how you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. But right now I'm also in a time where I'm like super selfish. So like.
Give him a couple months. Let him get over this hump and then.
Let him hit 30, you know?
Yeah. Then that's when the pressure will kick in.
Oh my God. Don't remind me, guys.
Do you believe your high school journey impacted you as a person?
No.
It's like high school. I don't even remember that.
I think a little bit. I feel like high school was like my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Then when I got to university, I literally felt like a fish that was pulled out of the water. I was like, where do I go? What do I do? So yeah,
For me,
it impacted me in that sense.
I kind of like floated through high school.
Yeah.
Like I literally didn't partake in any like extracurricular activities.
You were just there for the vibes.
Yeah, I just like went to school. I went to school, went to classes, and left immediately. Like as soon as the bell rang, I was out. You weren't finding me. But yeah, it's true. That's why I literally did not partake in anything. Like I had certain friends there that I would like, and even when it comes to friend groups, like I didn't stay.
Did you hate high school or something?
I hated academia in general.
So you just ran out of school every.
Yeah, like I would.
Like,
The moment I did not have to be there anymore, I would leave. That's why, like.
That's how I was in university.
See, like in university, I sort of wanted to be like that, but I was able to find somewhat of a good group of friends and like people. And also because like, you know, whenever you need to answer the test, you got to find the nice group, right? So,
Wow.
but like, I'm playing. But like that one, I didn't even intentionally do it. I just found like a good group of friends to hang out with. Mm-hmm. So like I was more inclined to like stick around a little bit. Of course, at the end of the day, when I had no more classes, I would still kind of just book it out of there as soon as possible. But during the day, you know, I had like large gaps in the classes. I would like hang out more. I wouldn't like be by myself. So that one was changed me more than high school did.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, and also it was like college was a little bit more hands-on. Yeah. And I kind of fell back in love with like academia because I hated the book portion of school, if that makes sense. The theory part of it. I just wanted to be able to do it. I wanted to be able to implement it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And you got to do that in college. In university, it takes like 2 years of classes before you start to fully implement things, unless you're doing like physics. But even then, it wasn't something I was interested in. So yeah, that was high school was not a thing I loved.
Not a question, but I truly love your guys' podcast. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless both of you.
That was beautiful.
Ameen. Thank you so much.
And lots of other praises.
I should look over there. Thank you.
I know. For everyone who sent us a praise, thank you so much. We really genuinely appreciate it. We love you guys.
We're at 1 hour and 18 minutes, and that's on the second part. I'm going to do a lot of editing for this, guys.
Did you pause it when I went to the bathroom?
Oh my God, I just thought about all the editing. I guess my Sunday's gone now, guys.
All right, that's it. I think.
We got to end this thing, guys. Thank you again for listening. Thank you again, Nabat, for reading out the questions for us and being our producer for the day. Thank you again for Sara for being here with me for 50 episodes. As a co-host, that kind of thing.
And thank you guys.
Yes. Thank you for
watching, for sending in questions, your support, your suggestions, like everything you've done with us. Like, you know, we're only going to be going up from here, inshallah. So we love you guys. Thanks for being part of our family. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.